Good day everyone. From this video, we are going to shortly discuss about one of the interesting branch of mathematics, which is the finite geometry. So what is finite geometry? Finite geometry is defined as the branch of mathematics that studies geometric system with only a finite number of points, lines, and other objects. As we all know in some familiar geometries such as Euclidean geometry that deals with infinitely many points and lines, in contrast of finite geometry, it restricts these elements to a finite, fixed, and countable set. But still, it is built using the same logical structure, such as undefined terms, probably the points and lines, the postulates or axioms, or the rule about how these objects behave, and their relations, such as which point lies which line. And to further understand it, let's use some examples starting with the simplest type of finite geometry, which is the three-point geometry. Three-point geometry, coming from its name, it consists exactly of 3 points and a set of lines defined by a specific rule or axioms. And those axioms from the three-point geometry states that axiom number 1, there exists exactly 3 points. Axiom number 2, two distinct points are on exactly one line. Axiom number 3, not all points are on the same line. And axiom number 4, two distinct lines are on at least one common point. To clearly understand this geometry, let's create a model for it. Again, by axiom 1, there exists exactly 3 points. Now, let's name these points as point A, point B, and point C. By axiom 2, two distinct points are on exactly one line. Since any 2 points here are distinct, any two of them must lie on exactly one line. Let's say point A and point B are distinct, therefore they must lie on exactly one line, and this apply to any other 2 points. Since we were able to create three lines, let's name them as line AB, line BC, and line AC. By axiom 3, not all points are on the same line. As you observe, point A is not on line BC, where point B and C lie. This is also similar to other points. By axiom 4, two distinct lines are on at least one common point. Just like in the axiom 2, any lines also in here are also distinct. Therefore, they must have at least one common point. Let's say line AB and line AC are the two distinct lines. We can identify that they have common points, which is A, and again this is also applies to other lines. And that is one of the ways on how we can model three-point geometry. As you witness, we were able to construct a model using a limited number of elements, but still, we are able to follow the given axioms. If you're not yet satisfied, let's have another example, which is the four-line geometry, whose axioms states that axiom number 1, there exists exactly 4 lines. Axiom number 2, any two distinct lines have exactly one point on both of them. And axiom number 3, each point is on exactly 2 lines. Again, to clearly understand it, let's create a model again for it. Again, by axiom 1, there exists exactly 4 lines. Since there are no clear instruction on how these lines behave, let's assume that these 4 lines is forming quadrilateral. Let's name these lines as line E, line F, line G, and line H. By axiom number 2, any two distinct lines have exactly one point off on both of them. Since any of these lines are distinct to each other, therefore they must have exactly one point off on both of them. Since we were able to make points, let's name this as point A, point B, point C, and point D. However, if you notice, these two lines are also distinct. Therefore, they must have exactly one point off on both them. But doing so will break the condition the axiom 2 is being given. and the model will become messy. So let's assume that each of these two lines are identical. Now, looking at this model, we are now sure that this model satisfies the condition given by the axiom 1 and by the axiom 2. Proceeding to axiom 3, each point is on exactly two lines. As you can observe, we can prove that each of these points belongs to exactly two lines. Let's say point A. We can easily notice that it belongs to exactly two lines, which is line E and line H. And this works in other points. Therefore, we are able to satisfy all the given axioms under limited elements and come up with this model. To sum it all up, finite geometry idea of geometric system doesn't necessarily need to be infinite to be rich, to be consistent and meaningful. By working with a limited number of points and lines, it reveals how structure and relationship can still follow clear logical structure, much like in classical geometry. That's all. Thank you.